Ha ha ha. 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Thank you. Thanks for doing this, man. Really appreciate it. This is just inevitable. So you tried to warn people. You talked about this pretty extensively. I've read several interviews where you talked about this, and then you just sort of just said, okay, it just is. I've always speculated that aliens could potentially be us in the future, and maybe we could teach this to our grandparents and our parents and people that are vulnerable. Like when you have this idea, who do you talk to about that? The analogy that I use is like a bunch of meatheads strangling each other. I'm listening. But they're some of the smartest people I know. When am I going to be able to buy one of them roadsters? When's that happening? It seems, I mean, I know that it's probably something that the government's supposed to handle, but it seems like I don't want the government to handle this. It's so hard to wrap your head around. Just the sheer acceleration is baffling. No need for a runway. Just shoot up straight in the air and then that's madness. It seems too crazy. Why keep this thing around? It's just stupid. It just keeps polluting everything. Is that really how you think? We have agreements where you're not supposed to dump toxic waste into the ocean. You're not supposed to do certain things that could be terribly damaging, even though they'd be profitable. Maybe this is one of those things. I don't understand. So what exactly is it? How do you do what happens if someone ultimately does get brain stimulation? I saw that David Attenborough documentary on chimps where they were eating those colobus monkeys. This is like if you went to the jungle and you watch these chimps engage in warfare. These stupid fucks launching missiles out of drones and shooting each other underwater. Like, we're crazy. We got torpedoes and submarines and fucking airplanes that drop nuclear bombs indiscriminately on cities. Yeah, and they don't care. Gay, straight, whatever. Let's just fuck. That seems so crazy to me. They seem to be way more, even than us, way more civilized. Man, I don't want to fucking live in a house. I like the chimp ways, bro. Chimp ways to go. This is it, man. Chimp life. Why are they doing this? It's not just pretty fun. It's like, the way I've described it is, yeah, we're vulnerable. And we have a finite existence no matter what. But it sucks if grandpa dies of Alzheimer's or emphysema or leukemia. It sucks. What are you going to do, man? Our thoughts tend to gravitate towards the worst case scenario. It's nothing you can do to stop certain terrible ideas from propagating. Yeah. If Mike Pence starts talking about AI, I'm like, shut up, bitch. You don't know anything about AI. Come on, man. He doesn't know what he's talking about. There's two arguments, right? The one argument is that this was going to kill hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people instantaneously in this country. It was going to do it very quickly. The other argument is that eventually you're going to have to cut the whole top of someone's head off and put a new top with a whole bunch of wires if you want to get, the real turbocharged version. Right. Well, we know better because we've advanced. But I worry about where it goes. Yeah. Because what essentially Instagram is with a lot of people is you're giving them the opportunity to be this sort of distorted version of who you really are. You're not going to want to live in this real world. You're going to want to interface with this sort of world that you've created through your social media page. It's some next level thing. I was going to suggest that. That's a great thing for people. And I think it's also a great way to exercise, too, because usually either they want to exercise or learn some self-defense. Sure. But then they realize that it's essentially like a language with your body. You can choose to interpret certain series of words in different ways. That's possible too, right? We are completely ingrained in some sort of an artificial technology or some sort of a symbiotic relationship with the internet or the next level of sharing information. I go, oh, this is why people are so crazy. We could be on the road to that. Hey, go do a good job with this vertical takeoff and landing system that I want to implement to regular planes. Okay. You're anticipating 600 miles, is that correct? Fuck yeah. Oh, you're so brave. Look at you. Yeah. You ever go ice fishing? It's very simple. Imagine if you had a race car and you could actually give the race car better handling and more horsepower just from giving it a wider base and wider tires and a little bit more advanced suspension. Like ice fishing. And my family yells at me. Like, my kids do TikTok and all this jazz, and I don't know what they're doing, right? Some people are just assholes. Do you believe that there are many, many universes, and that even if this one fades out, that there's other ones that are starting fresh right now, and there's an infinite number of them, and they're just constantly in this never-ending cycle of birth and death? Most of the time, that's not real, but it's so stupid. It like violates time. I'm like, what is that thing going to be 10 years from now? It's very simple. It's an attack vector. Sell it to French people in another dimension. What do you get out of it? There's fucking great video of it. Did you watch the video? I've only done it a couple times, quite honestly, because it kind of freaks me out. And then slowly but surely over a century, it got out of control. Whoa. Coconuts kill 150 people every year. Cut down all the coconut trees. We need those people. They're good women. No talking anymore. No need for mouth noises. Shh. Everybody be quiet.